Ravens flock, man. Ravens Nation, man. What's good with y'all, yo? It's been a little minute. I ain't post from the Jaguars game. And when I was about to, that's when the video came out for Mike Florio, which I'm going to get into. That's when the video for Mike Florio came out. And he talking about, I hope the Ravens beat the shit out. The 49ers beat the shit out the Ravens, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? I ain't posting because I already be trying to add my little twist to get our guys fired up. You know what I'm saying? Whether my takes be accurate or not, that's neither here nor there. But the element of, how can I say, bulletin board material, the element of motivation, it was already there. It was there. I didn't have to talk about nothing. So, sure enough, the shit aged like fine wine. Pro football talk. And shouts out to them, man. You know, this is all fun and games. It's all entertainment. But, you know, it aged like fine wine, man. Niners took that L. I been spoke on Brock Purdy, as y'all seen. If some of y'all didn't, I got a little short. I've been the first one to do the play on words with Purdy, please. You feel me? Ben said this. Purdy ain't proved nothing. He's been gifted. He's been in a fortunate situation, and he still wasn't able to cash in on this. I also mentioned that Jimmy Garoppolo, before he was hurt, he was putting up big numbers. And I ain't saying big numbers like some elite numbers. I'm saying he was putting up winning games. He had a winning resume up until he went to Oakland. You know what I'm saying? But he was doing the same thing Purdy was doing, low-key. It wasn't being highlighted like that. Because, I don't know, whatever reason they had or issue they had towards Garoppolo, I'm not sure. But neither here nor there again. Here we are. Ravens beat the dog shit out the 49ers. But shouts out to their defense. We needed a game like that to see where we was. We needed to go up against an offense like that to see where we was. And it's still crazy to me how the team as a whole hasn't even played, how can I say, like flawless, so to speak. Like, we winning these games convincingly, but just from a individual standpoint, like being hard on my own team, being critical of my own team, I don't think we played our best game yet, from defense or offense. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing, so to speak, because look at the record. So when we do get it all together, it's going to be nothing any team can do. It's nothing any team can do right now. You know what I'm saying? Lamar, in my personal opinion, still had a somewhat how can I say, it still wasn't a flawless game, so to speak, but he did what he needed to do to win the game, and that's what matters. Not to mention at least capitalize on the opportunities when we get them. You can't ask for nothing more versus the best team on the NFC. Not to mention, again, we already knew as Ravens fans what Lamar does versus NFC teams. We don't play them all the time, and it's really redundant. But if you haven't played against Lamar 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So that's what it was. Kyle Hamilton, before I forget my points, Kyle Hamilton, man. Shouts out to No Pad, No Pencil Sports, my dog Fresh Life, my dog Tavon. We had a live stream going after the game. I was telling them as we was watching the game, even my dog Raekwon, shouts out to my dog Raekwon. Shouts out to Abdi Hassan too, man, the homie, yo. Shouts out to everybody. Ravens over everything. Flocking Ravens, all y'all, you feel me? But I was telling him in the group chat during the game, like, yo, bro. And I was worried, y'all. I gotta keep 100 with y'all. I was worried first quarter. I really thought it was about to be curtains or I ain't gonna say curtains. I thought it was gonna be a long game because I seen Kittle just going off on fucking Marcus Williams. Like, that's another thing too. But I'm gonna talk about him later. But get away from my point. Kyle Hamilton, I was telling them, you know, bro is probably the best draft pick defensively since Ed Reed, yo. And again, I'm always saying this because it's true. I was one of the biggest critics of Kyle Hamilton, man. One of the biggest critics. My dog Fred told me ahead of time, right when we got him, around the time, probably that same day we got him in the draft. Man, he nice, bro. Give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, he may not have had a stout rookie year, but his presence was still felt, but he was still getting the feel for the game. And I'm going to get more deeper into this. But this year, Kyle has been playing lights out. He's been the anchor for the defense away from Roquan. And even when Roquan hasn't showed up in games, Kyle showed up in games. Like, he's taken leaps and steps and bounds every game. And I'm not afraid to say, and I wasn't afraid to tell them, he's the best thing I've seen since Ed Reed on the defense, yep. And I said, I'm that confident, bro. I'm that confident. And this is without seeing no stats. So, of course, I do my research. I said, let me see where Ed was when he first started out versus where Kyle is right now. Immediately, there's an age gap. Kyle is younger in age than Ed Reed was. Ed Reed got to the league at 24, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around it. I don't fact check me, but I can't. Matter of fact, let's do this. Hold up. We're bear with me, y'all. Ed Reed. Okay, hold up, y'all. Hold up, man. We're gonna do this right here, right live, real fast. I was right. Ed Reed was 24 when he got drafted. Kyle Hamilton is, I want to say 21, 22. Hold up, y'all. Kyle Hamilton is 22 years old versus Ed Reed, who was 24 when he came in the league. Right then and there, if y'all don't know, your brain ain't even fully developed at 21. Not even at 24, low key, like dead ass, yo. You know, so the fact that Kyle is able to have a somewhat of a breakout year. I mean, I'm only saying somewhat because we haven't seen the best of Kyle yet. He's just getting started. But for him to have somewhat of a breakout season in only his second year at the age of 22 versus Ed Reed, who was 24 or 25 when he came into the league, right? And when I looked at further upon those stats, right, Kyle has this season, Kyle has a similar stat sheet to rookie Ed Reed and second year Ed Reed. And again, there is an age gap. Like, I can't express to y'all how much promising that is to see, yo. Like, and then again, I was saying this. I never knew the stats until today. So seeing it on TV and seeing it on paper, I'm just amazed, yo. I'm amazed. Kyle Hamilton, I'm getting in your jersey next, bro. So shouts out to him. Trying to think who else. I wasn't feeling Marcus Williams' play. Granted, he grabbed the interception late in the game, but I wasn't feeling him up until then. Still not. Just from what we paying and what we getting is horrible. We could have held that money and gave it to goddamn Kyle. Trying to think what else. Shouts out to Clowney. I'm humbled because I thought very low of Clowney. I was never a Jadeveon Clowney fan, never. Ever since he's been with us, he's been dominating and doing this thing. I gotta give him his credit. Marlon Humphrey getting the interception. Shouts out to him, man. I'm glad he was being productive this past game. He got a sack too. Brandon Stevens was getting cooked. I'm sorry, he was getting cooked. But that's a tall task for him. But man, that was crazy. We got Roquan. He did his thing. He did his thing. Queen, he made a play. Gotta give it to him, man. I still would like to see them wrap up and get better in tackling, but shit. I mean, I'm just nitpicking at this point because what could you say? We beat the best. Now we got another challenge coming up for us offensively in Miami, but I will talk about that in a little bit. As far as the offense goes, shouts out to Gus. Who was that on that damn? Who was stuffing the line, man? Travis Jones doing this thing. Broderick Washington doing this thing. Shouts out to him. Matabike was quiet this game, but everybody keying in on him now. They trying to stop him now, but he gonna keep getting. He gonna get another sack. He gonna get another sack before the season over. At least 2. Nelson Aguilar. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd really be sitting here applauding for the IQ and the savviness of a veteran presence of one named Nelson Aguilar. Like, who would have thought? But great instincts by Nelson Aguilar on that touchdown. Great hands by Zay. Zay's becoming a very, 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 very clutch player for us late in game, man. I'm starting to see that more and more. I'll take the drops early on if he's going to be clutch late in the game. I'm fine with that all day. It's no problem. It's no issue on my end, Zay. I fuck with you, dog. Bateman, I'm still waiting for him to have a breakout game, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Who else? Likely doing this thing, still doing this thing. That was great to see. Justice Hill, he trying, man, but he's not it. Shouts out to Lamar, man. Of course, the man of the hour. The whole MVP conversation. I was really one of the main people giving my true opinion on the MVP situation with Lamar, and I really didn't think that Lamar was the person that needed to be a front runner for an award as such. I really didn't. Just based on his own standards, though. People can feel how they feel, but I'm going based off Lamar's own standards. But even with that, right, it's crazy how... Hold up. It's crazy how Lamar don't have a star wide receiver, in his prime or nothing like that, right? We don't got no star running back right now. Brand new offense still, right? And I can honestly say Lamar, as well as the team, has not played their best football yet. And yet, look at the record. I seen a lot of people that care about the Ravens, passionate about Lamar, even on Instagram. That's what I'm mainly talking about. Get it pretty. I would say miss the point of what I'm trying to say. But most understand. But initially, I just say the numbers that Lamar got, again, it don't factor in enough to me to be considered for MVP. You really can't factor it in too much because, well, you should factor it in, and that's why I'm trying to say he hasn't put up enough numbers to be a front runner for MVP, in my own opinion. But the reason I'm saying that is because, again, it's to his own standards. 36 touchdowns. We at 17 right now? You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. But again, it's amazing how he's able to still be so much way more effective than he was 2019. And I've been saying this. He's been way more effective than he was 2019 in less yards. And I've been saying this since 2019. Lamar does more with less. It shows on the stats. He's not even comparable, and he's 6 years in the NFL right now. Most people at any position, you can find somebody similar like them based on the stats. Nobody's like Lamar. Okay, we get he's the what do you call it? The unicorn, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But to be 12-3 and we still haven't played our best game is plausible and something that should be taken into consideration for the MVP, away from, even though his numbers not what they should be or could be, because previous QBs who won the MVP awards, their stats were there. Passing touchdowns, passing yards, etc. And I see somebody make an argument. They at me on there today and said Josh Allen should be the front runner for MVP if we going off of stats. I said no. Not with them fucking double digit interceptions. He don't even have nowhere near 30 touchdowns right now. You gotta outweigh the touchdown versus you gotta outweigh the touchdown ratio versus the interception ratio. You feel me? And Allen ain't doing that. Just as many TDs he going to throw damn near the same amount of fucking interceptions. Not to mention his fucking record is 9-6. Ain't no MVP that won an award that had double-digit interceptions had a fucked up ass record like that. So no, he shouldn't be in the front line or front runner for no damn MVP. But for what Lamar doing is showing us that numbers really don't matter sometimes. Wins does. He is a true testament to that, and it's great to see. I can't wait for him to have his breakout game. It's looking like it's gonna have to be in the playoffs, but either way it goes, man, we can't be touched right now, and that's just no bullshit. Now I'm nervous off this Miami game just because what's happened in the past, but the fact that we got Kyle Hamilton back there, Lamar, Roquan, Zay, all us coming together, man, it almost makes me bring a tear to my eye because I wish some of the guys that could be there should be there. But either way, man, it's still just beautiful to see this flower of this team just blooming and blossoming. People talking about McDonald might be gone. My dog Tay from Notepad No Piston Sports said this, been mentioned this. He thinks that McDonald's getting prepped up to take John Harbaugh's spot. I'm fine with that if that happens. I wasn't at first. I was really a big critic again of McDonald. And speaking of McDonald, I've never seen him more happier since he's been with us after that game. So kudos to him, man. Just shouts out to the team. Shouts out to the squad. Ravens flock, Ravens nation, man. I hope y'all being safe out there. Protecting y'all energy, man. Y'all, it's been an overwhelming last 72 hours, be honest with you. 24 hours, whatever the fuck it is. Like, just all the hype from the game, going into the game, post game, all that, man. So and shouts out to Mike Florio too, yo. I actually get on Mike Florio, you know what I'm saying? I even tagged Pro Football Talk on my IG post and they seen it and shit. I'm only clowning with y'all. Don't take it personal, you know what I'm saying? And Florio, I didn't even take your comments personal about what you said. I just knew you was going, get us going, get us started. You was giving us the material. We just ate off, fed off from it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though, you know what I mean? Lamar got his own little issue because y'all been had smoke prior to, but I'm just saying personally, I ain't take it that personally, bro. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Ravens flock, Ravens nation, man. Flock nation, man. I tried to cram everything I could in this little video, but I'ma holler at y'all on the next one, man. Shouts out to Kyle Hamilton, man. Shouts out to Lamar. Shouts out to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Who really stopping us right now? Nobody. I'm sorry that was corny, but it was necessary. Ravens flock, Ravens nation, man. I'm out, y'all.